Yeah, hello and welcome to this setup and Hotlap video around China. Take a good exit out of the last corner, as much curve as possible onto the straight, open up the DRS, and now for turn 1 you want to make sure to turn in smoothly. So really smoothly, let the engine brake for you, go down to 3rd gear, stay tight on this apex and again on this apex as well. Get a good traction and stay tight, get as early on the throttle as possible. And now we are watching the curb on the left hand side. That's the braking point for this corner. Take a late apex to get a good traction out of this. And now into this flat out left hander. Again late apex to open up the right hander afterwards. Go down 2 gears. Again be carefully to not oversteer the car. Down into 3rd gear, avoid the curb on the outside. Be careful with the throttle, as this is the point where the car is the most nervous one. After the 100 meter board, that's the braking point for this left hander. Open up the right hander to get a good traction onto the long straight. Stay tight. Got a little bit wide here, which wasn't perfect. But now on the long straight, open up the DRS. And now we are watching the curb on the left hand side again. Just before that, that's the braking point down to 2nd gear. Again late apex, get a good traction. And now again for the last corner, watch the shadows, that's the braking point. Be aggressive on the curbs but not too aggressive, we cut it a little bit. And that's a 132.112 around the Shanghai circuit. So again, as usual, no assists used, and as demanded by some, my gamepad settings. I'm using the Xbox 360 controller. You can stop the video to watch the settings exactly. Just went through it quickly. So that's it for the controller settings, and now back to the pits for the setup. So, as you can see, I'm using 4 wings. Reason for that are the long straights and the flat out left. Pretty much to have a good opportunity to overtake us on the straights. I think that's the most important around this track, without avoiding losing too much time. For the transmission, I'm using 83% and 70%. With the 83, the car, the front of the car really bites more into the corners and is more predictable in my opinion. For the transmission, for the camber and tow, I'm using full camber and full tow. If you have troubles with too much tire wear, you can put it back to default, as these settings don't gain you too much time. For the suspension, I'm using 759555, and if your car is turning on the straights, put the last 2 up a little bit to avoid bottoming out your car, because if the car turns on the straight, your car is really bottoming out. For the brakes, I'm using 80% brake pressure and 56 brakes to the front. That's because it's really stable under braking, and you should avoid locking up in the hairpin, which is really important. For the tire pressure, I'm using a little bit lower pressure for the rear. That's because it gets you a little bit traction without overheating your rears. And for the ballast, I'm using 7, but I would recommend 6, because otherwise your car is really unstable through the first corner, and especially through the double left hander in the middle sector. And if you are having troubles with oversteer and overall understeer as well, then you should use 6 instead of 7. So that's it for this video. The 132.1 I think puts us up into 7th place on the current leaderboard. I still think I could improve in the last sector a little bit. And I hope my setup in Hotlap was helpful. If so, leave a like or support my channel by subscribing for more videos. And that's it. The next track will be Bahrain. Until then, bye bye.